us feel better. And I'm going to use my channel divinity, and everybody is going to get 20 points of healing, as it is 5 times my cleric level.
You may want to keep reading about that. There is more to that channel divinity.
All right, well, I will have to look it up.
Well, while you read that, your lovely DM forgot to hit record, so we're going to do that lovely intro all over again.
Oh, no!
Hello and welcome. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master Peter. Today, all my players who are at 30, we have Bad Baby Boss Travis, who is playing Talbot. Ooh, Shiny, let's put that in my mouth. Rock, Rachel, playing as Beryl. And, yep, there goes my kid, trying to run away for the 6th time this week. Yeslie playing Core. Hello, adventurers. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello!
Alright, so now they're just healing after a long battle. If you haven't checked out that battle, go ahead and check out episode 28. Ooh, almost at 30. Catch you up on things. We do have Beryl casting that lovely healing spell to get everyone up and healed. We will have 3 other party members joining us later. And once that happens, we'll all be all good to go. And if you haven't checked out our page in a while, we have Mayai's artwork done as well as Senguine's artwork done. Go ahead and go to that lovely facebook.com, type in For the Quest as a group, and go ahead and join so you're able to see all those lovely artworks we have done.
Okay, I see what Travis was meaning. It's not 20 points to everybody, it's 20 points divided between everybody. So, there's how many of us?
7.
7? I'm going to divide it between the 3 people who need it the most, which is going to be me, or one other person. Talbot, how about you?
Also, the health that you give them from your channel divinity cannot exceed half of that player's maximum hit points.
Well, right, but I don't think anyone's max is less than 40, is it? Not even gonna get 10, really.
Well, if their health is 40 and they go above 20, your channel divinity stops at 20, because that would be more than half.
Right. But I don't think, maybe if I take 20 and divide it by 3, it's not going to put anybody above their half.
Well,
because core's down.
Yeah, I'm just saying that you need to be aware of that as the channel divinity. I don't need it.
Okay. Pretty sure someone else needs it.
Yeah.
Besides me. You said Leander was near death, yeah?
I think he was unconscious, one of those 2.
Okay, well, if he was unconscious, it'd be me, him, and Ward. Because I'm only at 2.
Alright, so those 3 players go ahead and heal up.
That'll be 6 points to each of us. Unfortunately, it's not a lot, but...
We fancy.
And that gives 2 extra hit points. You can divvy those 2 out.
Core and Leander. So 7 to you guys.
Player. Ooh. Scrumptious. Alright, so is anyone else going to do anything in this current room?
Yes. I have a current interest in the person that, in this third party sort of person. I think they're sort of a mercenary. So I want to go and check out their corpse.
Third party?
I'm saying there was one person that was new. What? It's not the drow. It's not the orc. Oh wait, that person teleported away, didn't they?
Yep.
Are the wolves dead?
Yeah, they did.
He was scared of Core, that's why he did.
Gotcha. No. Sorry.
Alright. Okay, so then if once the healing goes off, Core will be awake as long as was Leander and everyone else would be healed.
I mean, if I could probably use another healing as well. I think I still have a second level spell. I can probably do another healing. Core, would you like some more healing?
We could up just to take a short rest. But we are in the middle of a siege with the dwarves providing distraction.
Right, we are kind of in the middle of the encampment. If I thought that we could run and live, I'd agree with that. But one good hit, and I think me and Cora will be down again. And we don't want both healers down now. You know what I mean? Because at this point right now, I think that if I took one good arrow to the side, I'd be dead. Or unconscious at the very least. But I still have 2 level 2 stealth slots left, so I can definitely do that. Alright. I think that'll be the best course of action, unless you think otherwise, Talbot. Do you think we could make a run for it? I mean, there's a lot of us.
It's up to you. You're the one casting the spell.
Alright. Well, I think I will do that. Let's see. I'll bubble it and pull it. Alright. I can't exactly ask for how many spell slots she has left. Healing word is...
I mean, I can tell you if you'd really like to know.
Well, I'm just thinking I've got one really big one that's a touch, and I could just touch you and heal you, or I could do a healing word twice.
I mean, I have my first level spell slots. I have one second level spell slot, and I have 2 third level spell slots available.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna, Talbot, if you think that, I don't really think we should sit here for a short rest. I don't really think that'll do us any good. But if you think we got 10 minutes that we could be maybe not discovered, I think perhaps prayer or healing might be really good.
Well, we could try and buy you 10 minutes, or since we've already killed them, we just do something quick and then leave. I don't think we want to linger here too long.
Right.
DM.
What up?
When we got into the area, did we essentially assassinate the people that we were supposed to, or was that like this whole thing was a separate matter?
From your guys' knowledge, you did your job. Right now, everyone's focused mainly on healing and not looking at the surroundings.
10-4.
I figured Iris during this point would be trying to loot the bodies.
So this will be a new thing that we're gonna start. If they're not here, they're just standing around being idle. So it has to go up to you guys as a responsibility.
All right. I'm gonna start looting. I'm gonna start looting. Just quick looting.
If you get one to work, I'll get the other. There was 2, right?
Yes.
Technically.
So as you guys start to looting the bodies, I'll go with the gear first. If you really want the gear.
I don't know if I really want any gear unless they've got some kind of magical non-armor that could give me more protection. But
if I can just quickly do like some sort of Arcana check just to see if gear has some sort of magical imbuement on them, like arcane runes and stuff. If I would like to check for arcane runes.
Investigation.
I think what I really want to look for, I want to look for something that might denote their rank, so that if the dwarfs want us to prove that we killed the chief people, that we got something to show.
Investigation.
All right.
Natural 1 for a total of 8.
Okay.
I got a 12.
So unfortunately, Travis won't be able to. Oh, actually, hold on. So Travis, I know you said quickly, but how quickly are you doing this?
Like couple taps on the general pockets, quick glance at armor and weapons, see nothing, I don't care.
Okay then. Then unfortunately, Talbot wouldn't have found anything of pretty much usefulness. For Beryl, since you said you got a 12 to find some kind of something to evolve the rank, we will say that on their weapons, we'll have a. I will say you've noticed because usually I guess orcs and that tribal system will revolve around more than like how well their weapons is. The orc that had a two-handed battle axe had a fairly common great axe. There was nothing special about it except for a symbol on it that goes with the drow and the other the caster orc as well.
So I have a weapon from each person that has a certain symbol on it?
Correct. They all three have the same symbol, and all three of the bodies, when they died, they held onto that weapon. So as they're laying flat dead, they still have a grip onto their weapon.
Alright. I'd like to try to pry that weapon out of their hands.
Okay. Strength check.
Strength check. That one's not too bad. That's going to be a 14.
Alright. Which one do you pry out first?
Going for one of the orcs, since that was... We're checking out the orcs first.
Alright. We'll do the two-handed orc. The one with the great axe. As you pry it out, the orc body transforms into this like bluish indigo colored shaped creature. Its limbs just starts to extend even longer to about like 67 feet tall. Just completely bald and like pure, just no hair whatsoever. And it has very like dark, very we'll say yellowish eyes. Just pure yellow.
Would this be like a... Would I recognize this as like a Duergar? Dark Thor?
No, it's not Duergar. For those who see this, you can go ahead and... We'll say nature. If anyone has a nature check or a history check of just a flat history check.
Alright. Why is history not on my list? There it goes. 5.
Rolling history. 12. Oh, wait, hold on. I get, because of my tireless precision for being a Vedalken, history was one of the things where I can add a D4 to the roll. Let me do that.
You +3. Thanks, D&D Beyond.
14.
And what did Cord get?
A nat 20 +3. 23.
Woo!
Okay.
Thanks, D&D Beyond.
Oh well, I didn't hear the first part of it. I just heard a +3. Thanks, D&D Beyond. So ironically, this is gonna be really funny because Core is the only one who recognizes these things, known as doppelgangers.
Wow.
So hey, thank you, Doggy Bisc. Skisky saves the turtles. Thank you for the lovely follow. Unfortunately, my custom little border didn't show up for the follow, but greatly appreciated. Thank you. So as you remove each and every weapon of them, they all change back into their original form, which Core would point out to be a doppelganger.
What information do I know about them?
You know that they are pretty much shapeshifters or shape changers. That once they take on the form of something, they completely go into that form. So they will fully believe that they are the person they take over, committed to the act of it. And usually doppelgangers become one of the most ultimate assassins, used as the kill, or used as a setup, or used as bait. Whatever doppelgangers need to be, they always will adapt to their environment almost seamlessly, perfectly.
Alright, well, when they changed into their doppelganger forms, are they still wearing the same clothes, or did that change as well?
The clothes kept the same.
Okay.
But the clothes,
Well, this is an interesting development.
yeah, the clothes look basic, nothing magical or anything, which is basic armor and whatnot.
It wouldn't have revealed any kind of hidden insignia for the dragon cultist or nothing.
Not of the dragon cultists, no.
Alright, guys, well, this is all very upsetting. Now, I guess the question is, did we kill the people we were meant to be killing? Or was this a trick?
I say we continue to search, and from there, we may find the true leaders or no one at all.
Searching around this little tower, or searching around the camp?
This tower.
Oh, okay.
It's too pixelated, we can't see it.
I realized that once I showed up.
Thank you for trying. I'm just going to pretend it looks like the Navi people.
I'll go ahead and post it in the Discord chat.
Alright, well, I guess we'll have a look around the building then. I thought this floor we were on, I didn't think it was too decorated. Is there anything, tapestries hanging on the walls or anything like that?
Surprisingly, the room looks pretty bare. It has some small torches lit and everything. Very dusty and worn out banners. You can assume was part of the dwarven hideout, not dwarven, the dwarven outpost, but ripped. But nothing else in this room would identify it as orc or drow. It looks like they just kept everything dwarven.
Alright, so tattered tapestries means you're not hiding anything at this point. I was thinking maybe looking behind them for doorways, but are there any tables that might have any paperwork on them?
Yeah, a couple of tables do. We'll say the tables off to the side have them. There's just mainly reports of, scouting reports saying, drow are moving to the east, blah, blah, blah. They're doing their usual raids here and there. They have yet to gather. All of these reports are dated back months ago.
So these would be reports made by the dwarves, not necessarily the commanders that we just annihilated.
Correct. There is nothing in here that you guys will find of drow or orc.
Gotcha. All right. Can I shift through the paperwork of the orcs and the drow reports from the dwarves and see if I can't find one that doesn't mention when the orcs and the drow started making their alliance, like if the dwarves started noticing that they were coming together, like how far back that was, and maybe if they had like a place that was happening that wasn't here.
How much time do you want to spend on this?
I'm going to give it a good shuffle through, probably about 10 minutes or so, just looking, because I assume there's quite a few reports there.
Correct. The reports have not been, from what it seems like, they have not been damaged, burnt, or pretty much messed with at all. So if the group wants to stay here for another 10 minutes, I'll have Beryl roll me a investigation check to see if she finds what she's looking for.
Anybody opposed? Would you guys mind if I took the time to shuffle through these papers?
I say, as we're on a time crunch, we just take them and then we look at them later.
All right, I can totally do that. I'll just kind of gather them up to the best of my abilities, and I'll ask Iris real nice if she doesn't mind holding them in her bag or holding all the time together with my wires from my forward.
So there are quite a bit of paperwork, so you're just going to shove them all in there?
I'm gonna grab a good packet size, and we'll take a quick glance at the top, find the ones that are maybe dated for like, I don't know, whichever ones look the most recent within the last couple of months. So I'll just grab a stack.
Okay. So Iris will put that in her bag of holding, give that stack. We'll say for the past, we'll give you 2 months, past 2 months. Just, right. Puts it on in there, and then she goes, whoop. Oh, or not, but she's ready to scurry off as well with everyone if you're ready to.
All right. That was all the tables. You said there was 2 or 3. Were any of the other ones different, or they all have reports?
They all have reports. A table would look like it would have maps on it, but those were taken.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. All right. Well, how you guys feeling about trying to make a run for it? We're gonna try to sneak our way back out of this tent, back to our meeting place with the dwarves.
Are we going back to the meeting place, or are we continuing to look through?
Well, I mean, we got to make our way down the tower anyway. We can look as we go, right? Because we were on the third
way up.
Well, no, I thought we skipped over that part. We got into the door, and then we kind of went up to the top battle part. Kind of moseyed through all that with our damage.
You guys are on the 3rd floor right now.
Yeah, so we gotta go down and get out.
I take it there are no more floors going up, correct? This is the top floor?
Yeah, unless you wanted to get to the roof.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's just go back down. We'll take peeks. We'll take little peeks.
Alrighty.
We find nothing, I say we leave.
Sounds good to me. Barring having a sneaky person, who's got the most dexterity right now?
Will be Talbot. I mean, not Talbot. Tetsu.
Well, right, but we can't use him at the moment. He's just standing idle.
In this case, he would just be on autopilot.
I have plus dexterity.
You have a plus what?
Oh wait, no. Well, my dexterity score is just plus 4. But yeah, my stealth is plus 4.
Don't you also have a
But I don't know.
disadvantage because of your armor?
No.
I've got a plus 2.
disadvantage.
Can I do? What armor are you wearing, Core?
Adamantium breastplate.
Let's look up breastplate.
I have it up right here. It says the suit of armor is reinforced with one of the hardest. While you're wearing it, any critical hits against you becomes a normal hit.
Right, we were just wondering if you had advantage.
Yeah, breastplate is one of the things that doesn't give a disadvantage on. Scale mail and half plate do, and then everything in a heavy. So, Core is still a medium size. Oh, she's in that one armor in a medium size. That's still good.
Nice. Let's go.
All right, Core, your point.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, I'm gonna make sure you go the right direction. We're gonna not go down those secret hallways, but you're gonna have the best. You're gonna have the best sneaky looksies.
She'll try her best.
Alright, go ahead and roll that stealth if you want.
Hold, please. $16 plus 4.
20. Now, Beryl, if you want to see her, you need to. Your perception DC is 20.
I mean, I didn't think we'd be that far behind, but I would make a check. Ah! 17 plus 3.
Nice. All right, so you're able to guide Core. And does Talbot want to do the same? I won't leave Talbot out.
No, I don't care.
That's the spirit, Talbot.
Thanks.
Alright, so y'all just... nothing seems to be touched the way you guys left it, coming up, slaughtering the Drugar here and there, setting off some traps that was left. As going down this building, you all start to realize that this was actually mighty easy once you got into the building.
I'm sorry, you said it was pretty easy once you got into the building?
Yes.
Anybody else think this felt really trappy? A little too easy for a well-fortified tower in the middle of a war camp?
Yes, I agree.
Something's up.
I'm not feeling I want to go out before we came in no more. I think there's going to be people waiting on us.
Can I do a vibe check?
If you want to tell me what a vibe check consists of, sure.
I tell what they told them I gave, vibe check.
An insight check to get a general feeling of the atmosphere.
Okay.
Does it feel ambushy?
Roll me that vibe check, and I will let you know.
What do I roll?
Insight.
You're the one who told me that you want to roll a vibe check.
I'm gonna do insight.
All right.
I'm really good at. What is 18 plus 8? 26.
You have a good
Insight
feeling.
is my best one, dude.
So this is your vibe check as you're currently sneaking around. The little flowers on your head starts to like sprout up and like bloom and just like look around. You feel like this was probably an ambush, and you guys were the ambush.
So we did our job.
Correct?
Do I get a sense that anyone else there, like, watching it?
Perception.
Remember, I am driving, so I'm trying to be safe at the same time.
If you want, I can roll for you and tell you what I roll.
Alright, this will be my last roll until I get home, and then, Micio, you can, roll for me. I got a 16 plus 5.
Alright, you do not sense or see anyone, or their eyes gazing upon you. Alright, so as you guys make it out of the building, going floor by floor, you guys...
As we're making our way down the tower, can I keep an eye out for any kind of tapestries or artworks that might depict something to do with that area, cemetery we found ourselves in, like if it's any kind of history of the area? Because he said that it was something they knew about, and I'm thinking if it's something they knew about and they used to inhabit this tower, there might be something there about the history of it.
You won't find anything just making your way out. You will have to investigate the actual building. And if you want to take time to do that, we can roll for it. If not, at least just mosey on out.
No shiny rocks for me to pick up on the way out, right?
Unless you're collecting rocks from different regions of the world, no.
I mean, I will if they're shiny.
They look like any ordinary rock right now that you've been covered in.
Regular concrete.
Boom. All right.
The best kind of rock.
Alright, so as you guys are approaching out, you can hear that combat outside is getting louder and louder and louder to a climax. As you guys all kind of bust open the exit door. You see that battle is going on as everyone's just like buckles up and like, alright, well, we gotta help the dwarves. You just want to like jump into it. All the enemies suddenly dust away. All their equipment, their camp, everything just dusts away. And the dwarves stop and look very confused on what just happened.
I mean, I am also very confused. Do all the dwarves look very confused?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Are there any remnants? Like, I know everything dusted, but like where there would have been campfires, is there still like a burnt spot, or is that all? Is it like the field is untouched?
A burnt spot will still be there. The smell will still be there. It's just all the objects and everything went away.
So I would get the feeling that maybe this stuff was eliminated versus all this being a illusion.
I was actually going to ask if Talbot can see if there's an arcane reason to as to what has just occurred. If it was an illusion, because that's what Talbot would be thinking about.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Nat 20 for 27.
Alright, well, let me give you my DM notes. Due to the nature of this, you can clearly 100% define that it wasn't an illusion. It was either a mass disintegrate rate that just kind of just wiped out everyone. Because either all the orcs and belongings have symbols on them that they weren't aware of, so they all just, or it was a different form of mass teleportation.
Okay.
Alright, so as you guys are kind of standing there, one of the dwarves in a military outfit comes over to you. And we'll say, Brum would like to speak to you guys.
Lead the way.
He will lead the way, and as you are making him, these dwarves are like really confused because A, there's nothing to loot here. B, they did lose people, and they are battle worn. Yes, Beryl?
In the dusting away of all the items, the weapons I took from the leaders, are they still in my possession?
Yes.
All right, just making sure they didn't dust away.
As you guys get to Brum, he goes, well, hopefully you had better luck than we did.
Well, I mean, this camp's gone, and that's what you guys wanted to do, right? You guys had pretty good luck too.
I don't like it, though.
It is odd. Do you think they're all dead?
If Drow was a part of it, no. I think this is one of them dirty Drow magic afoot.
It could be some sort of mass teleportation. It didn't feel like an illusion, nor did it seem like some sort of mass disintegration. Otherwise, we wouldn't be standing here, and it had only affected the certain people that you were fighting against. My bet is on some sort of teleportation.
Do you think the Drow have that capability to massively teleport almost an entire encampment of themselves and orcs?
Under the right tutelage, anyone can learn anything. Doesn't matter if you're Drow, Orc, or even Dwarf.
This is very upsetting, because they got more favor with a god. Maybe that has something to do with it. But how did your assassination attempt go?
All in all, I don't think it went terribly. We got down 2 of the orc leaders and 1 of the drow, which I believe was everybody that was in there. I do have their weapons, that's proof.
And also, they apparently, Cora understands this much better than I do, but it could have been doppelgangers.
His eyes widen with like the shock of that word. Well, we must hurry back to the city then. If doppelgangers are part of this, we may have been duped far beyond what we wanted to be. You're more than welcome to come with us to our city, or you're more than welcome to exit the mountain. Either way, we must hurry back.
I think it'd be best if we come with you. Doppelgangers are never a good thing, and who knows what they've infiltrated already.
I think we should talk in private very quickly before we give an answer, of course. Just to make sure our party is in agreement.
That's where my unit would be the last ones to leave. I'll send everyone else back. You have half an hour. We'll wait, and then we'll escort you back to the city.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He'll start sending all the dwarves out, letting everyone know what might have happened, and you'll see captains and generals just take their units and start moving back into the holes. And he will bring what's left of his unit, which is probably about like 8 dwarves left. And they'll stand a couple of yards away from you guys so you can have the privacy to talk.
Here's my question, and here's what I bring to the group. Is our business with the mountain completed?
Well, I know we came down here in an effort to help the dwarves from the dragon cultists.
Well, specifically to stop the drow and the orcs from aligning with themselves, in which they had reason to believe that they were here.
Well, if you're saying this is a mass teleportation, I don't think our job is complete, really. I mean, are we to know that the people we killed were in fact the leaders? And if they weren't the leaders, and whoever's responsible for this did take all those people away, because I don't really think they would have destroyed all of their army. Now they're on to us.
My main concern, and then I look over to Iris and look back to the group and go, is the deal that was made with you know who? The deal was is that once we had finished our task in the mountain, that we leave. That was...
But was this our task in the mountain? Or was there something deeper for this task?
From what we were brought here to do, it was to stop the drow and the orcs from aligning with themselves. Clearly, after being inside and engaging in combat, you had successfully noted that it was not drows nor orcs, but indeed doppelgangers.
We did discover that, but do we know that... Here's what I'm saying, is everyone in that camp disintegrated away, both drow and orc. Which means whoever disintegrated them away still wants them together, still expects them to be together. So I don't think we've broken the alliance at all.
Well, if it was I think you're confusing disintegration with teleportation.
No, I'm just saying that to our brains, they dusted away. I'm considering that disintegration. I'm not saying they're dead enough. I know they're somewhere else. But I'm saying they took both parties. They didn't just take the orcs and leave the drow. They didn't just take the drow and leave the orcs.
Unless both of them here were disguised as doppelgangers. That is a possibility. Also, we came across Drugar, and they seem to have adapted well into the area. If our business with the mountain is not done, then we continue forward. But I just wanted to make clear as to whether we can consider our business in the mountain finished or not. And we also have 24 minutes and 33, 32, 31 before they come back.
Well, I personally don't think that this is done. I think we are highly in the dark to what's going on, and I don't think we really accomplished too much other than the fact that we discovered that maybe it's not the drow and the orc. Maybe. Or maybe the drow and the orcs are being guided by doppelgangers that they don't know about.
What says our fearless party leader?
Oh, please. Give me a second.
Well, I think that y'all doing an amazing job. Especially that Talbot. So smart and intelligent.
Who's saying that?
Leander.
I was just going to say the DM ghost, but yeah, okay.
I was going to say it was an old dwarven lady.
Who just came up randomly. Cream and sugar. Cream and sugar.
Yes, please.
No, I need cream and sugar.
Oh, well, I can't help it. Would you like some rock sugar?
No,
rock
you a
candy.
hippie?
It's just rock candy. It's just sugar and extra large crystals.
No, at my age, there's only one type of sugar I want, and it's called a fluffy.
Look, I'm sorry to be intruding, but we are trying to have a private conversation. If you could come back later.
Okay. Wobbles off.
So we're trying to decide whether or not our business in the mountain is complete.
Yes.
What say you?
Sorry, I'm just trying to think. Remind me what the guy asked us to do. I know one of them was to. I know the two of them. I can't remember the third thing. It's a requirement that he gave us. So he said that we would have to take Iris home, and then we would have to find Eugene. What was the other one?
Travel to the on high mountains.
And that's completely separate from what we're currently doing. Correct.
All three are separate to currently in what you were doing.
No, but that's.
But
what
we're not
I'm
like
just
in
saying.
the on high mountain.
Correct. You are not
That's
in
what
the
I'm
on
asking.
high mountains.
Okay. We don't know where they went, so can we sense any presence of, like, any orcs or drow, like, near?
Perception checks if you want.
Hmm?
15.
I'm out of stop. 19.
Okay. Nope. You don't see or sense anyone other than your current party and the dwarves.
How far into the mountain are we?
Unfortunately, you guys have no idea how far in are you.
My biggest fear
There
at
was
this
no-
point. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So my biggest fear at this point is that the dragon cultists are down here for a reason. Are the doppelgangers working with the cultists, pretending to be orcs and drow? And if they are pretending to be orcs and drow, were they pretending this alliance to draw attention away from something else? So I'm thinking that these doppelgangers maybe used this time as a distraction to infiltrate further into the mountain. And I think it would be to our benefit to check out the dwarf town. The cultists want to be here for a reason.
Just because, like you said, if these are in fact just doppelgangers, where is this army, this battalion that has gathered? Where have they gone? And the dwarf forces came up here to assist, so they're basically left. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not left unguarded or anything. I'm pretty sure they have what they need, but their forces have been depleted to come out here and assist with this.
Right, so I'm thinking the town might be less watched than it needs to be. You know, the doppelgangers are real good at infiltrating things. Who knows how far up into the government or rulings of this mountain.
Your opinion, Talbot?
I have already said my piece. So if our business is to continue in the mountain, then we continue it.
Okay. I'm thinking. Sorry.
We are currently at 17 minutes, 49, 48, 47 until the dwarf comes back.
Real time.
Talbot, sweetie, I don't really think that's helping too much.
Well, we're on a time crunch. I think it's important for everyone to know the time.
And I appreciate that you are keeping track of the time, but maybe not the second countdown. You know what I mean? Like minutes, probably ideal.
$17 minutes. And then under the breath, Talbot going 1659, 1658.
Talbot has a flashback to her study days of learning magic. She was the top of her class and she just waited for everyone else to answer. Took 10 minutes. I had to answer in 2, but it took 10 minutes because little Timmy needed to answer because little Bobby didn't know it.
Have something. Okay. Can I, DM? Can I cast Augury? Is that how you say it?
Valkyrie?
Augury? Is that how you say it?
I don't know the spell.
Lord knows, but it's like the first spell in the spell book because it's A.
My trap card.
Just to can you read this off?
I can. I can read it, I got it.
I have it. Oh, okay.
Let's say, by casting gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, laying out ornate cards, or employing some other divining tool, you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses from the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion. If you cast a spell 2 or more times before completing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get a random reading. The DM makes this roll in secret.
Is that what you want to do?
Can I?
I don't see why not. What are you trying to
Alright,
let's figure out?
she wants, obviously she's gonna, try to communicate with her god and, make this decision. She wants to basically know if they don't go to this town, will it cause the town's destruction, or something bad will happen to the town.
So to clarify, you want to know if something bad is going to happen to town if you don't go.
I don't know.
If we choose not to go to the dwarf village, will something bad happen to it?
Okay, so you cast a spell,
Yeah.
and then I decide which one you get,
Mm-hmm.
and I can be vague as possible.
Well, you can give her one of the wheel, and woe, or nothing.
Okay, and the wheel is something good, the woe is
Yes.
something bad.
Good, bad, both good and bad, or nothing, which means nothing especially good or bad.
Okay, but I don't have to say which one it is.
I mean, she'll be able to see wheel woe. That's what the divining tools would have written on.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna get both?
But it's not gonna say whether or not it's like what exactly is gonna happen. It's just like kind of like as you will, like kind of like a vibe check, I guess. Like, yes. Like,
Yeah, it is kind of like
bad, good.
Yo, we vibing. Let's go.
So you will get both of them, and you will also hear a sound of an anvil. That's about it.
A sound of an anvil.
Correct.
Well, Core, did that help push you one way or the other in your thoughts?
I think we should go down to the town.
My thoughts as well.
13 minutes.
Well, Talbot, if you don't have a dissuading factor, I think we have come to the conclusion that we should go to the town.
I'm not the party leader. If she says we go, we go.
All
It's
right.
not a dictatorship. It is a group effort.
With one voice that commands all.
No.
All right.
Again, I've already said my piece.
Okay. So the group will go. Brum will go. All right. Awesome. Well, Rush is it's gonna be a 1.5-day march. So let's get this foot going. Yes, Beryl.
Sorry, but I was going to ask Talbot how long we had. We had 13 minutes left before we had to make that decision, correct? 13 minutes to meet with him before he came back?
Yes.
Because I might ask Iris to take that 13 minutes to look through those papers, since I did say I was going to give it like a 10 minutes shift through.
You know, you're lucky I don't have a DMPC here. I would literally fireball you.
I mean, I can totally wait, but like if we had 13 minutes to spare.
Talbot, I'll give you a free fireball if you fireball Beryl.
No.
Okay, damn. Alright, so does this group want to wait 10 minutes?
We don't have to. It's fine.
We
I
could
just figured maybe he wouldn't be ready to go before that.
I've got no say on this matter, and Talbot does not seem to care. She is not the party leader. She don't care.
What about you, Cord? Ah, she's muted. Alright, since this
It's okay. We can wait until we can't for the night. It's okay.
I got pee. I just got home.
Okay.
It sounded like Frown was in a hurry.
No, it's okay, because I fully believe the group will give you that extra 10 minutes, 12 minutes to let you do this. So, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Alright, pretty rock. Don't steer me wrong. They steered me wrong. My investigation is not great. Nope, it's not. Plus 0. So that's gonna be 6.
Out of looking through them, you haven't. I mean, you can read them, but they seem like to be in some kind of code that you're unfamiliar with because they're using different languages from this region. So it's taking you a lot longer to translate, and unfortunately, due to your role, the time would expire before you got the hang of it.
That's alright. I'll just tie them back up again and give them back to Iris, and I will check them back later when I've got more time to peruse.
Alright, so like the Brum said, it's going to take a 1.5-day forced march over there. So y'all will start running. Or at least walking quickly, marching. with taking short breaks here and there. He'll guide you through the safe parts of the mountain to get you further into the mountain now. So unfortunately, this wouldn't be enough time for you guys to rest or get your spells back. Unless you guys do want to stop, which you would be most likely a day behind.
Would he have given us enough time for a short rest in between our resting spots for the enforced marching?
He
Like
gives
if
everyone
we had
20
to stop
minutes.
for a meal or something?
You eat while you run.
Oh.
The
Alright,
group-
well, I don't.
The group can stop. If you want to stop for longer, you'll just be behind.
I don't know how well we're gonna be able to find this town without him. Talbot, do you feel like we're running some more? I know you're not the group leader. Group leader taking a bio break.
For short and stouty people, holy shit.
Come on, blue lady.
Our
Let's keep going.
constitution is well known.
We're too stubborn to quit.
I say we keep going.
All right, we'll push through.
I hate dwarves. Not you, you're fine.
Thanks for that distinction there, sweetie. All right, so we're going to push through. We're going to just rest when we get to the town, I suppose. Hopefully there is resting available.
It's not a town we're going to. It's a city.
My apologies. Hopefully there will be resting in the cities.
Hopefully.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and add in my exhaustion point.
Yeah, everyone gets at least 1 point of exhaustion.
Lovely.
Which is okay.
I'm back.
Yay.
We ran all the way to the city and now we're all exhausted. Because I didn't realize that was the thing we were going to get.
You only have disadvantage on ability checks.
Right. So, could I have said during the running, could we have like clumped our group together and been like, maybe we camp right outside the city, like follow them up to the city so we know where it's at, maybe camp right outside? Because I don't want to walk in there and then them ask us to do things right off the bat. Like, we need a chance to rest.
And you call yourself a dwarf?
I say if
I
they
call myself smart.
We call yourself one of them pansies.
I personally say we just keep going. They ask us to do something, we demand at least a night of rest. And if they don't like it, we don't help.
You said no to a dwarf very often?
Yes.
All right.
Well, I say no to a lot of people. And I don't care what race they are.
Alright, so you guys will get to this glorious bridge. It's immaculate. You can tell that this is where the main army went because you can still see a bunch of footprints and dirt and everything. It's breathtaking, the bridge. This chasm that you do come across that has a bridge. It goes about 100 feet over. The dwarf will say, "Come on, we're almost there. Just one long stretch left." He'll say,
Is it a stone bridge?
Of course.
What kind of stone?
Stone that twinkles in the night sky.
Oh, yes.
They start to run, they keep you guys up, and they just keep marching forward. A dwarf scout runs up to Brum, starts to give him a report as they're running to the other side. And, okay, bye. And you can hear him just go, "What the?" in Dwarvish, just like the words, "What the fuck?" Everyone else.
Can I make a perception check to see if I could hear that report?
You can hear it. You speak Dwarven.
Oh, okay. Well, you just didn't. Maybe I was asking for more information on what it was.
Our sacred treasure was stolen.
Yay! Thank you.
He rushes you guys along with him up to the very center of it. Y'all still running a lot of you see very common dwarves here and there. He guides you through the city as you guys are really struggling with keeping up with these dwarves, even though they're still wearing the full armor, carrying their equipment and everything. They're just huffing and puffing, keep on going. They get to the very, you can assume the Capitol building, and he just stops. He goes, alright, y'all wait here, I'll be right back. Unfortunately, you don't have permission to go any farther. Take a breather, we'll be right back.
Well, couldn't we take a breather in an inn?
No. And he goes into the building. And the rest of the dwarves just stop too, take a rest, and everything. You can see that some maid dwarves come out just with rags and to kind of just wipe the sweat off of you guys and give you some buckets, some water, some snacks. In this lovely courtyard, pretty much made of stone.
I will attempt to start to do a short rest.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll complete it, but I will attempt to start it.
Okay.
Same.
Alright. Luckily, you at least will get a short rest. So you get an hour will pass before the dwarf does come out. And he is still wearing his armor, so he's still just shaking his head. Comes down to you guys and goes, well, we've been bamboozled. It's all a trap.
What do you mean we've been bamboozled?
Well, they managed to steal one of our sacred artifacts.
What is it?
Unfortunately, we can't relay that information right now. Just know that if you're looking for a job, we might hire you for this one, because this one will lead you outside of the mountain. But if it's not within your time frame or your desire, we understand.
Do you believe this artifact was stolen by the orcs and the drow?
We do.
Did that leave anything behind to insinuate that?
I got 6 dead guards.
I'm sorry for your loss, but do those 6 guards have any traces of a drow-specific weapon? Or did the orcs leave behind? So you don't know this was the drow and the orcs. You just
No, it was a drow. Did they come from behind and slit your throat? Only pansy elves and drow do it. Oh, and cowardly humans.
I got a kinku that I'm pretty sure will do it too.
Well, no wonder he stays in the back.
All I'm saying is that particular method of killing isn't restricted to that one race.
So be it then. We'll add Kenku to the pansy list. Thank you for informing us.
Alright, well, I don't really think chasing down artifacts is quite what we came here to do. Perhaps while you continue conferring with your men, we might step to the side and confer with what our next business is.
So be it. If you're looking for an inn, you can stay at the Iron Stove. We'll pay for the...
Iron Stove?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm making sure.
Oh, yeah. we'll go ahead and pay for a week's stay if you need a week. Food will be provided. But just mind your manners while you're here. You're in Dwarven capital. So mind your manners. Especially. And the rest of you mind Dwarven culture.
Indeed, I'll make sure they stay on the straight and narrow.
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't need a babysitter. I'm fine. I'll be able to respect your culture.
If you remember it, and he'll walk away with that nod.
Hard not to when you're that short.
Oh, you
Did I hear
lucky! You lucky! Rolled a 4. Alright. So this is up to you guys what you want to do next.
Alright, well, Core, Talbot, are you guys ready to go find that inn, take a rest, take a breather,
Yeah.
secure a room for the night?
Yeah.
Yes, but before that happens, Dungeon Master,
What up, dog?
during my short rest, I used a hit die.
Okay.
I used my Arcane Recovery to gain back a 2nd level spell and a 1st level spell.
Dope.
That's it.
Thank you.
So that artifact was like a holy artifact, or?
He didn't say, he just said an artifact. You can assume he'll give you more information if you take the job. If not, you at least know that an artifact was stolen.
Alright, so are we over at the end now?
Yeah, there will be an escort to take you inside of a wagon. Core, would you like to ride on top of the wagon or in the wagon?
Pardon?
Would you like to ride in the wagon or on top of the wagon?
On top of the wagon.
Alright, thank you for keeping that alive. Alright, so as everyone gets in, you can just see that Core climbs on the top of the wagon and you can hear her just flop down.
You know, those aren't just... Never mind.
She certainly has a unique view of the world.
She's really amazed about this whole place because she's never been to a dwarven city.
I go into the regular portion of the wagon.
Stop.
Alright, same with the rest of the group, they'll all fit in and just... Like,
I want
Iris
to join
won't
her
get-
on the top.
What was that?
I want to join her on the top.
Make me an athletics check to see if you can get up there.
That's not bad.
Well, Core's like 7 feet tall, so it's gonna be easy for her.
Yeah, that's okay. Athletics. Put that in my skill sheet. Okay, well, 16.
Okay, with a bit of struggle, but you're able to manage to get up there. And just immediately when you get up there, you can say that all the dwarves are looking at you, just very angrily.
Angrily?
They just have that face of, really? Really?
Look, you ain't never seen your own city till you've seen it from the top of a wagon. I just want to appreciate your creativity. The construction here is amazing. Why waste it by seeing the inside of the wagon?
The wagon starts going. Luckily, it doesn't go fast enough to knock you guys off, but you get the dirtiest looks as you make your way to the inn.
Oh, goes completely over Core's head.
You guys just
Yep.
Beryl's just sitting there pointing out all the buildings. Like, that one's made out of quartz stone, and that one over there, that one's made out of limestone, and that building over there looks like it might be made out of some kind of granite.
Alright, so it takes about 15 minutes to get there, and you guys will arrive at the iron oven, I think I said it was.
Iron stove.
Iron stove, thank you. So what do you guys do from here?
All right. Well, I'm gonna head into the iron stove and secure myself a room. I need to sleep.
I'm securing a room as well.
Alright, your driver will go in and then pay for you guys' rooms, pay for your meals for the week and everything, so everything will be paid up front. And we'll say, if you need a driver, while he looks at Core and Beryl, let's go ahead and he hands the whistle to Talbot. Go ahead and blow the whistle. I'll be here. Just make sure you're more clean this time. And you don't sit on the wagon / carriage.
So sorry about that. We will make ourselves more appropriate for our next voyage.
We hope. And the dwarf will walk away.
Wait, before you go, what's your name?
Toby.
Toby. Thank you for driving us over here, Toby.
Toby the dwarf.
Unfortunately, it wasn't my pleasure. And he walks away.
Really? Because I was in the wagon, I wasn't talking at all. I was getting peace and quiet. And then on top of the wagon, it's like, oh, that's made out of quartz.
Yep. All right. So you guys, I'm assuming, just go straight to bed?
I mean, Beryl is pretty exhausted, so I figure she will go straight to bed.
Alright, now are some of you sharing a room? Are some of you having your own private room?
I'm in my own
I
room.
can share. I don't care.
I'm in my own, and I do a few things before I go to bed.
Hey! Perfect. Awesome. Alright, so Talbot, what are you doing before you go to bed?
I'm going to ask if there is a place in which I can clean myself. If there's like a bathhouse in the inn.
Every room has a shower.
Perfect. Then I'm just, is it a shower or a bath?
It has a shower and a bath.
Okay, so I fill up the bath, I clean myself, and then I'm just gonna slink into the tub and stay in the water for about an hour. And you know why.
Are you gonna put some cucumbers on your eyes and play that soft violin jazz?
I'm like completely submerged in the water.
Oh. And why you do that, my friend?
Because as part of being a Vedelkin, I can breathe underwater for an hour through my skin.
Ooh, you fancy.
Cleaning out her pores.
I do eventually go to bed, but the main thing was just to clean up.
All right.
Decompressing.
So which one of you has the ether heart? Since you all split up into different rooms, the ether heart does not know who to go to.
Did the ether heart not end up in the bag of holding?
The ether heart is in a walkable vine wooden thing, so it walks with you guys.
Right, correct, sorry. I feel like the natural aspect of its traveling container might generally lead it to follow forward.
Alright, so Cora will have it. Alright, so everyone, to kind of fill in Kyle and Sarah, you guys are in the Dwarven capital. Inside of an inn called the Iron Stove. Each and every one of you has your room. If you want to share a room, you're more than welcome to. And your room has a shower and a bath. And you guys did a forced march for a day and a half.
Yeah, so
But
we're
you don't
exhausted
have
until we
to worry
rest.
about that because once you rest and everything, that exhaustion will go away. Alright. So, we have about 13 more minutes before we go to our next break. During this time, does anyone want to do anything before we head off to the next day? Or we can easily swap to the next day?
Beryl is going to do her nightly commune. She's going to dig through her rocks, pick out a stone that she feels really good about, and she's just going to pull out the door kit and start carving it into a smaller shape. This is her time alone with her god, just to kind of relive the events of the day and pass along what happened and think over things. Other than that, that's what I want to do.
10-4 core.
You was muted.
I will say you're pulling a Travis.
Cora's gonna freshen up. Obviously bathe. She'll also commune with her god. Just reflect on the day's events and do a prayer for not only for herself but for her party members and their journey.
Alright, Cora, go ahead and roll me a percentile.
Percentile 10-4. Give me a second. No, I can just, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with my actual dice.
I was gonna say, don't you have the actual dice?
Yeah, it's just all the way across the room.
Yeah, I think the next game I run, I'm gonna ban D&D Beyond.
Why?
It takes so long to look up one thing with everyone's internet or Wi-Fi or just anything like that. Like, you can print out your basic sheet, but I think I want to go back to old school book, paper, pens, and look up that information. Not this game, of course.
At 96.
Okay, we'll come back to Core on this one. Iris and Talbot. What y'all want to do before you go to bed? Sorry, Iris and Tetsu. I can't hear you, unfortunately.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, that's the voice I want to hear.
There you go, baby.
Oh.
Iris is gonna basically drink and take a bath.
You gonna take a bath alone, or you gonna bring someone with you?
No, I'm gonna do it alone. I need some me time.
That is fair. That is very fair, and I respect that decision.
Thank you.
Tetsu, what about you?
So Tetsu's gonna I feel like so like most birds, being, you know, able to have that outer coat of feathers that kind of resists the water. He's gonna go into the bathroom and kind of like preen himself, just kind of cleaning up and whatnot, because, you know, birds don't really bathe. Preen himself, and then proceed to do his usual thing, which is cleaning his sword, sharpening his sword, praying with his sword, and things like that.
All right. I like it. Talbot?
I go sleep for the night.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for later. Alright, Core. Our lovely Core.
Yes, sir.
Our darling Core who's been through so much and is gonna keep going through some shit.
Yep, I figured so.
Alright, so as everyone is sleeping, your dream, you're gonna have a lovely dream, as always, because Core gets these lovely plot hooks or plot devices, same like Arthur. So, welcome to being the new Arthur of the group. So as you're sleeping, well, from your point of view, from Yeslie's point of view, you are sleeping, so this is gonna come into like a dream format, but Core is gonna think she's awake.
You cut out for a second. You said from my point of view, I'm sleeping, and then you went, and then...
Bibbidi bobbidi booty, bop bop
Yep.
booty. Alright, so Core's going to wake up in a bit of a haze. She's going to kind of just sit up in her bed, turn to the side, and see two figures in an argument. You can't make out what the figures look like just yet, but kind of as you rub your eyes and get more of a focus, you see the red-headed lady from before and a gentleman from before as well. It seems like they are arguing about something. The
redheaded lady.
What?
What redheaded lady?
From the puppeteer people from the gravesite.
When we were about to get into that battle with that mercenary group, the spirits came out of us, and it turned out that there was no mercenary group, and it was just a gravesite. Does that ring a bell?
I don't think I was there, present for that.
Well, basically, when we went back to return the ether heart to the mercenary group, and they dusted off, but there was like people that seemed to come out of certain of our party members. Talbot involuntarily released spells that she didn't plan on releasing. And two of these characters, there was the red-headed lady and there was a gentleman.
In a wizard's gown. I think, no, it was more of a fighter's gown, sorry, I think.
Okay.
And those spirits came out of me, you, and Tetsu.
Okay.
This time around, they're just in the middle arguing. I agree, Onyx. You don't see what they're arguing about. You can't tell because there's no sound coming out of their mouths. But at the very end of it, the red-headed lady does slap the male across the face and then walks away. He's then pulls out what seems to be the amulet, but you can't see what it is. And he just looks at it and then puts it back into his shirt and then walks the different direction.
Okay, is there anything else going on around me?
That was it. At the end of that, you kind of just feel your eyes get very heavy and you just fall back asleep. And then we'll go ahead and go to the next morning. We'll have Core wake up first.
You cut out, homie.
We'll have Core wake up first in the morning.
Okay, cool. She will get up, and try to head downstairs.
Right. Are you gonna pray first? Gather yourself? You gonna go in commoner's clothes, adventurer clothes?
She'll freshen up for.
You gotta love Discord that it keeps cutting us out.
You know, do all that fun stuff. She'll most likely. She'll just be in her gear. I mean, she doesn't have too much. And she'll head downstairs.
10-4. Alright, that should be it. Okay, that should be better from my part. Alright, I think I fixed something that I realized what was wrong. Yay.
Did you hit the record button?
No, I think my my mic was still set to the computer and not my actual mic. So I fixed that really quickly. So I think we might have a little bit of audio issues in the beginning, but that's fine. We'll have the rest of the group wake up as well, do what you need to do in the morning, then go ahead and if you want to do anything important, speak now. If not, everyone will come down one at a time to the breakfast table and have breakfast.
It's not important, but Beryl's gonna take a bath since she didn't specify that last night, even though I think it would have been
That's fine.
no need to be said. But I'm gonna say it now because since I didn't say it, it's gonna get called out upon.
Alright, so Beryl won't show up for breakfast, not just yet. She'll show up halfway through. Anyone else?
I wake up. I will prepare my spells, and I will also take this time to prestidigitation my clothes so that they look clean and they smell nice.
All right. Tetsu and Iris.
Tetsu will also come down about halfway through breakfast, because again he does his morning ritual, which is waking up, praying with his sword, going over some of his old books that he has, and afterwards then coming downstairs.
Okay.
Iris is gonna make herself look presentable and go downstairs and try and find coffee.
All right. And at that note, we'll go ahead and take our first 10-minute break. So it'll be roughly around 2 hours. At this point, I think it's a good stopping point. So this is part 1. Check us out on part 2, where we find what our fellow traveling companions go from here. Do they stay inside the Dwarven city and help the dwarves, or do they depart to on high mountains, back to Tolis to St. Eugene, or back to Iris's home? And for her family reunion. We'll see what happens in part 2. Go ahead and check it out. For those of you watching Twitch, just stay tuned. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Until then, be wary and check out part 2.